Guys, welcome back to the Merry Boozers RC channel. Tonight we're going to be looking at the Habu STS ready to fly. I have my friend Charlie here. He has been wanting to get into RC airplanes for quite some time. Been coming over to the house and drooling, and Horizon Hobby has hooked us up with a brand new Habu. And we are going to be teaching Charlie how to become an RC pilot. And we're going to start off the series of zero to hero, learning how to fly. We're going to unbox this and put it together tonight and start teaching Charlie a little bit about it. So Charlie, what do you think? You've seen the airplane. We snuck out the box a little bit so he could look at it. But what do you think so far?
I'm excited. I've never flown one. And yeah, hopefully I don't crash.
So literally Charlie has zero RC experience. He's played with a couple trucks in the yard of mine. He's seen me fly some of the UMX stuff in the yard, but he has not flown anything. So this is 100% honest thing. I mean, he has never flown one before, so this is going to be a lot of fun. So some of the products that come in the box that we'll go over real quick, it comes with a version of E-flite that is a smaller version of the full version of E-flite 9. It comes with the Habu, the Apprentice. It comes with a couple trainer planes. It comes with some series to teach you how to fly. And as you unlock more of the levels in the game, you unlock more airplanes in the game. So it's really cool. We'll definitely be taking some in-depth looks at the version of E-flite that comes with this. The kit also comes with the E-flite dongle to where you can use your Spektrum radio with the game. So Charlie's going to be set up, and this airplane's going to be Charlie's. We're going to review it and everything, but this airplane is his. He's going to be getting into the hobby. He's got his first airplane ready to go, so you know, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I really am looking forward to getting him out to the field and getting him doing this. So what we're going to do is get him set up with the trainer, the interlink controller on the computer, and we're going to get him some practice before we get out to the field, because I really feel, guys, E-flite is your best friend if you're getting started in this series. E-flite can really teach you orientation. I think is where the best part is. Nothing's going to beat the real deal. But if you can learn left to right when it's coming at you in the game, that's going to help a lot for when we get out to the field. And we want to get him out of safe as fast as possible. It's nice that this airplane has it. I think it'll be good for his first couple flights, but we want to get him out of safe as soon as possible. So, without further ado, let's get down on the bench, let's get the box cracked open, and let's start taking a look at the Habu. Alright guys, we've got the dust cover off the box, and we're going to start on the unboxing process of this airplane. I guess we'll cut this real quick and just start right here. It does come with 4 AA batteries for your controller. Regular old AA's. They'll probably be getting changed pretty quick. I'm going to go around and cut all the plastic right now. Be careful while you're cutting all the tape on the boxes to make sure you don't cut your airplane. That's never a good thing. And check all the little crevices as you're taking stuff out. You don't want to accidentally miss something. Just put it on the floor over there, Charlie. That's pretty interesting. They actually even printed the Habu into the phone. Alright, so first piece coming out. Once again, be careful cutting your plastic, guys, so you don't end up cutting your airplane. It'd be a bad day if you cut a big hole in your airplane. So we've got the wing. The big black stripes on the bottom are really going to help you distinguish up from down when you're flying this. You can belly land this airplane, so they have included covers for the aileron horns to keep from knocking these off when you're belly landing this airplane. There is an optional assisted landing sensor that can clip into right here. We do not have it right now. We're going with just what comes in the kit. This is the ready to fly version. So Horizon Hobby has been doing this lately on a lot of their airplanes, but the servo plug-ins are actually embedded into the wing, as you can see, to where they just snap straight in as you put the wing on. for the ailerons. Give you a good look at that. Good looking paint job so far. Here's our canopy. Try and get you a better look at that pilot here in a minute. It is a smoked lens on there, so maybe it won't bubble too bad while he's out in the sun. So we have our elevator. Look at that design with the rudder and the elevator servos built in there to the rudder. So your rudder is going to clip in right over top. I believe there is no glue in this kit. We will be confirming that here in a minute. Look at that way that's designed back there. It's impressive how they did that. Once again, the black on white for the bottom to help distinguish up from down for orientation. Only red is on the top of the airplane. Over here we have our 4000 3S Smart LiPo battery provided in the kit. We will be going over charging as it comes in the kit. We're also going to talk about some other features that you may want as far as smart checkers and other items to go along with this airplane after you start flying. But once again, for now, we're just talking about what comes in the kit itself. So here is the fuselage. Tip is black, and I believe it is actually rubber. So the tip on this, instead of our normal plastic tips, this is a rubber tip, if you can see this. So if you whack it into something, training, learning, this thing goes back. I mean, it's a squishy, rubbery, like a tire material. So this is to help if you bonk it to not have to replace it. Great idea for a trainer airplane. Great idea. Yeah, interesting. I think we must have to put our own retract in. There's your EDF unit, the motor from this airplane. I do like how they've got the servo connections embedded into the foam back here. Really neat. There you go. Get the rudder out. Interesting, it's the only one that was wrapped in plastic. And guys, we do have an early sample, so yours may come everything in the plastic. I'm not sure how that's going to go for you guys. It might be a little bit different on that. Here's our rudder. Plastic cladded at the bottom for strength. Looks like it does have some spars in it. It is not hinged, it is a foam hinge. It's worked on a lot of airplanes in the past, but there is no hinge in there. Some guys are going to want to know that. Alright, let's get our parts bag out. We'll lay it out here in a minute for the most part, but just to show you. Oh, I don't know why I said retract earlier either. This plane doesn't have retract. It has fixed landing gear. Well, they got this piece glued in. So there's our nose wheel steering assembly. It's a whole assembly. It looks like it screws in, and then your back tires. This is the wireless dongle for your real flight. Like I said, this is the ready to fly version. Let's see what's in here. This might be our charger. Yes, this is our Spektrum Smart charger. This is the ready to fly. So, USB cable to plug into the Spektrum Smart charger. And this is, like I said, the entry-level smart charger. The dongle. And then this looks like our simulated thrust tube for the back of the airplane, kind of like an exhaust shroud. I believe the only thing we have left is our radio. This is a brand new radio style from Spektrum. And it's in there. Oh, it's got a zip tie around it. The DXS. This does have telemetry that runs across the Spektrum logo now. Nice and simple. It's a lot better than the cheap radios you used to get in ready to fly airplanes though. This is a nice quality transmitter. It feels good in the hand. And the gimbals are a lot nicer than what you used to get. So this is really nice to see a good quality radio coming with these airplanes now. Alright guys. Well, let's get everything laid out on the table and let you take a look at it. So guys, we've got the Habu out of the box now and we are getting ready to assemble it. Me and Charlie are going to put this together. I'm here to walk him through it. Hopefully we can answer any newbie questions right now if this is your first airplane to ever put together. So Charlie's going to be putting this airplane together and I'm here for him to ask questions to. So if we come across newer pilot questions, this should be a good time to answer them for you. So without further ado, we're going to get the camera angled down at the bench and we're going to start our assembly of the Habu. Nice. Our first step on the assembly, Charles is going to take the elevator and start getting it ready to plug in. So there's two wires. They are pre-fitted into the foam here on the elevator. You have labeled minus, plus, and S. Minus is your ground wire, plus is your positive wire, and S is your signal. On radio control airplanes, yellow is always your signal or white. In the Habu's case, these are all labeled as brown, red, yellow. So the yellow is going to go to the S. And of course, rudder to the rudder channel and elevator to the elevator channel. So now that he's got that, he's going to make sure he doesn't pinch any of his wires. As he slides this in, it is keyed. Slides in and fits down on top of the little receiving points back here. Just like so. Now he's going to tuck his wires down inside. And then the kit comes with two different sets of these more aggressively threaded screws. You want the bigger ones. There's a smaller set and a bigger set. The bigger ones are for the elevator. The smaller ones are going to be for the nose wheel. So, if you have one out your hands, a magnetic tray from Harbor Freight is a wonderful thing. You can put your screws in it and not worry about dropping them. A magnetic Phillips screwdriver is always a wonderful choice. And he's going to put these two back screws in. Now, the three on top are going to be for when we put the rudder on. You want them snug, but you don't want to strip them out. Remember, you're putting a metal screw into a plastic receiver. So you want to tighten them down until they stop, and then that is all you want to go. All right, on to the next step. Next step in the process, we're going to install this little thrust cone on the back of this. Slides in, Rather easy. Then he's going to take the provided tape, peel that off. Flip the airplane over. And put the other piece on the bottom. The reason we didn't glue this on was because if you ever have a crash and need to take this piece off and change the elevator, you need to be able to get this back off. If you glue it, you're not going to be able to take it off. This helps to hold all this back piece in. On to the next part. Next step, we're going to get the rudder put onto the airplane. So he's going to slide in the control horn right here. Line up his holes. There's 3 holes on here. Take one of his screws and get it started. Easy as that, guys. On to the next step. Alright guys, we're going to put the nose wheel on next. We're going to do this now instead of putting the wing on because we want it to be easier for us to flip the airplane around and manipulate it however we need to without the wing on. So, just like on the tail, yellow to yellow, whoops, yellow to yellow, brown to brown. There'll be a nice positive click when you push this together. There are 4 holes on the back side and 2 holes on the front plus this NACA duct. Remember, this will fit in backwards, so make sure you get it the right direction. All right, and that gets our nose wheel installed. Next step, we're going to get the wing installed on the Habu. You can see here, the servo lead is actually built into the wing. And it has 2 metal posts. Let me zoom in on this for you. It has 2 metal posts to help you align these. So what he's going to do is flip it over now. Align everything, and it keys in, guys. So he's going to take, you need to come back just a little bit. There you go. And now hold some pressure from the bottom and give it a nice push in the middle to seat this wing. There it is. Now the wing's seated. he's going to do the shorter screw here and then the 3 longer screws here. These are the nice finely threaded machine screws. They look like this. Guys, when you're putting the screws in, you don't want to twist too hard. You'll start to deform the foam. Go on and keep tightening though. You want them just to where they're snug and then a little bit more. You'll feel it when they start bottoming out. But remember, you're only working with foam, so you'll start to compress that foam. And you'll start see how that's sucking in right there? Yep. You'll actually see it, guys. If you get them too tight, this little piece here, I'm going to zoom in on it so maybe you can see it when he's doing it. But this little piece will actually start to suck into the foam if you get it too tight. Alright, that gets our wing installed. Next step, he's got the wing installed. We're going to go on and put our wheels on. So he just snaps that in. Put it in, push back until you feel the snap, like you just heard, and that's it, as easy as that was. Next step, we're going to turn our radio on. There you go. Radio is on. You always turn your radio on before you plug your airplane in. So he's going to set his radio aside now, and he's going to plug his airplane in. Watch your control surfaces. The plane is initializing, and now the plane has initialized. So the reason we did this is before we put our rudder on, we want to make sure our rudder is centered. If we would have put our rudder on when we put our rudder linkage on, when we put our rudder on, we wouldn't have known if this was straight until we provided power to it. So now that it is, he's going to go for the middle horn, or the middle hole on this front one. Push it in, twist it around, and now he's going to go for the second hole from the outside on the rudder. Now, he's going to have to twist this around to make it either go in or out, so you want your rudder to be straight at this moment. So that's what he's going to have to adjust with that. So if you were to put it in right now on that second hole, where would it be? So the rudder is over to this side a little bit. So what he needs to do is screw it righty-tighty this way. So pop it back off. Down. There you go. Screw it in. Give it probably 5 turns. Towards the top. There you go. That's pretty straight now. So snap it together with your fingers, and then slide that little rubber thing back. There you go. Done this once or twice in my life. And there you go, just like that. So now when we take our control, we can hit our rudder. You can see the rudder works. The elevator, up is up and down is down. We're in safe mode, so it's not letting me go down. There we go. down. So there. All good to go, guys. This is where we do our final check to make sure all our control surfaces are working. Left on the aileron. That one goes up. That's correct. Down. Yep. Up on the elevator. Down on the elevator. Rudder works. And our steering wheel is also working. So this completes the assembly. And we will wrap this up. Well, there it is, guys. We got the Habu all put together. Charlie did that all himself. You saw it. What did you think of putting together your first RC airplane?
It was interesting, given the fact that a couple good bloopers, dropping some stuff. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Anybody that watches us live knows that this is why I don't put airplanes together live anymore, because it's so difficult to do it pretty on your first shot. So, you know, it's all part of it. Don't get frustrated. If you are frustrated putting the airplane together, just stop, walk away, do something else for a little bit, come back and put the airplane together. Nobody says you have to do it all in one setting. Although this one was very easy, guys. Basically, screw together construction. There we go. And, you know, nothing to it. So, anyway, are you excited to start learning how to fly now?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Get to play a little video game, flight simulator, and then one day we'll get out to the field and fly.
So yeah, guys, be looking forward. We're gonna also get this out, and I'm just gonna fly the heck out of it for you, show you what the Habu can actually do. We're gonna do a 3S and a 4S flight because it can fly on both. And then we're gonna start on training Charlie, and just be looking for that. We're gonna do a series, Zero to Hero. He's gonna be a fighter jet pilot before long. And who knows, you might be seeing him fly some other stuff on the channel in the future after we get him trained up. So, guys, without further ado, please like, share, and subscribe. If you like what you're seeing and you want to become a channel member, please check the join button out down below. You can see members-only content. We do a members-only live stream. We have unlisted videos, lots of other cool stuff. It only costs $1.99 a month to do it. You can always check out our merch store. And like I said, get out there and fly with your friends. And if you don't have anybody to fly with, find somebody. There's always guys wanting to do it. And get a plane and start learning together. So, without further ado, we're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Next up, we're going to go on and put the nose wheel on while the wing's off, so we don't have to worry about flipping it over and stuff with the wing on. You put it on backwards. I just realized it.